This is the City Commission for Neighbors Meeting Action Roundup for February 20th, 2024. This was a City Commission regular meeting on February 20th, 2024. All 9 City Commissioners were present for this meeting. Ordinance adoption. These were introduced at a previous meeting prior to this final vote. Ordinance 01-2024. Consider updating sections of the city's administrative code affecting practices for city employees. This includes items around vacation and sick leaves, removing a performance evaluation program that isn't used, and removing a section about residency requirements for employees, which hasn't been enforced for decades and conflicts with state law as it is currently written. This was previously introduced at the February 6th City Commission regular meeting. This ordinance adoption was approved 9-0. Consent agenda. The consent agenda for February 20th includes minutes from previous meetings, the city manager's report for the evening, and resolutions 362 to 374. Briefly, the resolutions on the consent agenda offer consideration of the following. Resolution 362. Consider appointing Kelly Walden and Brian Babel as new members and reappointing Mayor Mark Benke, John Hart, Joel Fulton, Linda Frey Blair, William Schroer, Paul Conkey, Robert Corder, and Leslie Hoffman to the Downtown Parking System Advisory Committee. Resolution 363. Consider reappointing Edward Guzzo to the Battle Creek Downtown Development Authority. Resolution 364. Consider appointing Kristen Dennison, Tommy Moten, and Elena White as new members to the Planning Commission. Resolution 365. Consider reappointing Geraldine Drozdowski to the Historic District Commission. Resolution 366. Consider appointing Bernard Gladney and Colleen Lowe as new members to the Income Tax Board of Review. Resolution 367. Consider reappointing Eric Blair to the Board of Appeals, Housing. Resolution 368. Consider appointing Christopher Basic as a new member to the Sustainable Battle Creek Committee. Resolution 369. Consider reappointing Shannon Visger, Michelle Darner, Elena White, and Justin Hodge to the BC Tifa Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. Resolution 370. Consider reappointing Elena White to the Local Development Finance Authority. Resolution 371. Consider making 3 temporary traffic control orders permanent. They have been in place at least 60 days, and city traffic staff recommend them permanently. They are: first, 3 parallel parking spaces on State Street east of McCamley will be reserved as a loading area for commercial deliveries, requested by our Downtown Development Director and supported by nearby businesses. Second, allow parking on the north side of Massachusetts Avenue as requested by neighbors on that street. Third, remove all on-street parking restrictions on Fonda Avenue based on traffic staff observing that they are unnecessary. Resolution 372. Consider approving a contract to buy a training simulator for the police department from GovRed Technology Incorporated for $69,500. This is a virtual reality system that will allow a variety of scenario-based training opportunities. Resolution 373. Consider setting a public hearing during the March 5th City Commission regular meeting to review and take public comment on a brownfield plan proposed for 161 East Michigan Avenue, the Calhoun County Justice Center, and 2 neighboring Elm Street properties. The plan involves environmental and other actions needed to safely redevelop the properties. This might sound familiar, This hearing was first planned for February 6, but had to be rescheduled. Resolution 374. Consider approving a contract with Schweitzer to renovate the lobby of the city's airport operations and maintenance facility for just over $65,000. The project will improve sound dampening, control of access to the area, and security. The consent agenda was approved 9-0. Regular resolutions. Resolution 375. Consider affirming the Battle Creek Transit service cuts that have now been in place for over 1 year. This is a required action when that happens and does not mean that transit won't bring back service when possible. There was a good discussion of this during a public hearing at the January 16th City Commission regular meeting, which can be found on the city's YouTube channel. This resolution was approved 8-1, with Commissioner Ballard voting no. Resolution 376. Consider approving a contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation to resurface North 20th Street from Columbia Avenue to Gogwak Street this year. The project is estimated at $463,325, with the city's share at $93,325. Resolution 377. Consider an agreement between the City and Neighborhoods Incorporated around providing short-term rental assistance with $235,810 in federal home grant funding. This will help about 80 low-income households to have safe rental housing and prevent homelessness. Both of these resolutions were approved 9-0. Resolution 378. Consider approving city debt in the form of water and wastewater bonds. This is a result of our application to the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, which was approved. The city's application was for about $24.5 million to rehabilitate our well field, replace lead service lines, replace water mains, and improve our water treatment facility. The city qualified for principal forgiveness on half of our application amount, just over $12 million. The city must notify neighbors about our intent to do this, and we can move forward with the bonds without requiring a ballot question to city voters. That changes if any voters file a petition with the city clerk within 45 days after we publish that notice. If this resolution is approved, that petition period would end in mid-April. This resolution was approved 9-0. Thank you for joining the City of Battle Creek Communications team for another City Commission Meeting Action Roundup video. Be kind and be well.